True horror often has no monster. It needs no grotesque creature, no jump scare. The deepest dread can come from silence. It festers in the unknown. This unease grows in the spaces between facts. It is a quiet, creeping chill. It suggests that reality itself can be terrifying. Some stories don't need fiction to scare us. Their power lies in their truth, and in their mystery. The most unsettling tales are often those that leave us grasping. We search for explanations, we look for reasons, but sometimes none are found. The void of understanding becomes the source of fear. What happened? Why did it happen? These questions echo. They bounce off walls of silence. They return to us unanswered. This is the nature of certain real-life events. They defy easy comprehension. They linger in our minds like ghosts. The story of Elisa Lam is such a tale. It begins with a young woman. Elisa Lam was a young student. She was from British Columbia, Canada. She was just 21 years old. Like many young people, she loved to explore. She decided to embark on a solo trip. Her destination was the west coast of the United States. She documented her travels online. Her blog posts showed excitement. They showed a spirit of adventure. She was eager to see new places. She was ready to experience new things. Her journey eventually brought her to Los Angeles, the city of angels, a place of dreams for many. But for Elisa, it would become something else. She needed a place to stay. She chose the Cecil Hotel in downtown LA. It was an affordable option. It was centrally located. On the surface, it seemed like a practical choice. But the Cecil Hotel was not just any hotel. It held a history, a dark and troubled past. Elisa checked into the Cecil Hotel on January 26, 2013. She was last seen alive on January 31st. The search for Elisa Lam intensified. Days turned into weeks. There was no sign of her. The police were desperate for leads. They decided to release a video. It was surveillance footage from one of the Cecil Hotel's elevators. This footage would soon go viral. It would captivate and disturb millions. It was the last known sighting of Elisa Lam, and it was deeply unsettling. The images were grainy. The silence was profound. In the video, Elisa enters the elevator. She presses multiple buttons. The elevator doors do not close. She peers out into the hallway. She looks quickly, nervously, as if expecting someone, or hiding from someone. She steps back into the elevator. She presses herself against the wall. Then she steps out again. She makes strange, deliberate hand gestures, almost like she is talking to someone, or something. But no one else is visible. Her movements are perplexing. She seems agitated. At times, she appears playful. At other times, she looks frightened. She re-enters the elevator. She presses more buttons. Finally, she exits the elevator. Weeks passed after Elisa Lam's disappearance. The elevator video offered clues, but no resolution. The search continued. Inside the Cecil Hotel, life went on. Guests stayed in their rooms. They used the hotel's water. Some began to complain. They noticed low water pressure. They reported that the water tasted strange. Some said it had an odd color. These complaints would lead to a horrifying discovery. On February 19, 2013, a hotel maintenance worker went to investigate. He went to the roof of the Cecil. There were 4 large water tanks there. These tanks supplied water to the hotel rooms. He looked inside one of the tanks. There, floating in the murky water, was a body. It was Elisa Lam. Her clothes were reportedly found in the tank with her, the same clothes she wore in the elevator video. The search was over, but the questions had only just begun. How did she get there? The official ruling was accidental death. Yet, doubts persist. The case of Elisa Lam refuses to rest quietly. Too many questions remain unanswered. Too many details feel unresolved. How did she access the locked rooftop? How did she manage to get into the water tank alone? If she was having a manic episode, how did she navigate these obstacles? The lid of the tank was heavy. Could she have closed it from the inside? These practicalities trouble many. The toxicology report found no alcohol, it found no illicit drugs. Traces of her prescription medication were present, but these were consistent with her treatment for bipolar disorder. The report did not suggest an overdose. This information only added to the confusion for some. If not drugs, what explained her bizarre behavior in the elevator? Was it purely her mental state? Or was there another element, something unseen? The story of Elisa Lam has become a modern urban legend. It has inspired documentaries, it has fueled countless online discussions. It taps into a primal fear, the fear of the inexplicable, the fear of losing control, the fear that sometimes terrible things happen without clear reason. Ultimately, the haunting power of Elisa Lam's story lies in its reality. This was not a movie, this was a real person.